Well, good evening, and God bless everyone on another magnificent day that God have made and allowed us to rejoice and be glad in it. Again, I call it Magnificent Monday from having such a great time or magnificent time on Sunday. It's good to be a part of another magnificent Monday. Thank God for all of you that are chiming in. We're waiting on you. Those that haven't chimed, those that are in the process of chiming, whatever your status may be, we are waiting on you, and we are looking forward to you chiming in. And we're thanking God for you. We're thanking God for all of you that are going to help us get smarter on this day. We want to pick up on a new subject on today, and it's going to carry us in several directions, but I believe it's going to be a tremendous blessing to all of us. So, with that said and done, let's all do like Tanya. Let's hit that share button. As I often say, when you share, it proves you care. If you care, you want to share. So, again, good evening and magnificent Monday to you, precious daughter Stephanie. Thank God for you, precious daughter Tanya. Thank God for you, precious daughter Marcinda. We're thanking God for you, and we appreciate you also. We're going to give a few more moments for a few more to chime in, and then we'll dig in a little deeper to what we're going to talk about. So I think I told all of you all that are on the line now, but I'll re-implement it or restate it. Happy Mother's Day, even though we're a day past it. Again, say like David when he said, praise the Lord. And again, I say unto you, praise the Lord. When I said happy Mother's Day to you on yesterday, and again, I say happy Mother's Day today. And what we're going to talk about, just so you can start collectively getting your thoughts together, I want to talk about the dispensation in which we're living in right now. You know, this dispensation, some of the things that are going on that the Bible predicted that would happen that we are aware of, and then some things that we're seeing that maybe we didn't know that the Bible predicted it. Uh, uh, just the total dispensation. Are we in the last days? Are we close to the last days? Are we close to the world coming to an end? Is there a difference between the two? I want to talk about that because what I want to also do is look at the importance of staying focused because a lot of things is attacking us to take our focus off of the prize. And we remember that the Bible talked about pressing toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of God that's in Christ Jesus. And I really believe that that's a natural prize as well as a spiritual prize. And I also believe that it's an eternal prize. So we're gonna get into all of that, and I need you all's opinion. Again, we welcome you, thank you, and appreciate you, daughter Tammy, daughter Kiki. We appreciate you all immensely, and we thank God for you. So with that said and done, I think we need to go ahead on and dive into our topics. Now, we're going to be all over the place tonight because, again, we're talking about the dispensation in which we are living in. Some of the things, if you think that we're in the last days or we're close to the last days, some of the things that the Bible prophesied about that we can see coming to pass now, and then just the total dispensation, robots, AI, artificial intelligence, the whole gambit. We want you to talk to us about the signs, and then we're going to get into what we need to do. Bless you, daughter, cousin Keisha. Glad you're chiming in as well. Then what can we do to stay focused? Let's find the appropriate balance to pursue our goals and dreams and expectations in life, but not lose sight again of what I said earlier, the prize. And notice what the scriptures say: I press towards the mark for the prize. So sometimes it's a pressing way. And so we want to talk about that so we can, you all can start giving me your spin, your opinion. It can be your personal opinion. It can be what you feel or think or know that the Bible is saying in theological terms. It can be eisegesis or exegesis. But I want you to talk about the dispensation in which we're living in, as far as technology, finances, and just the whole gambit. Where are we today? How alert do we need to be? And again, laying the foundation. Just thinking about artificial intelligence. You know, I've really been looking into that, T, and it's amazing. It's amazing, man, what robots can do and how they're trained to pick up whatever environment they're in.
It's also crazy too, Dad, because certain actors, I can't think of ones that come to mind. I want to say James Earl Jones. He said he let Walt Disney use his likeness with an AI for a certain movie. I can't think of the name of a certain movie they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's crazy how AI has become. We definitely have to be alert.
Yeah,
I really think we do. Because it's just with everything, especially like on TV today, especially how they're trying to brainwash kids and all that stuff. I don't want to go into too much.
Yeah, well, we may need to get into it.
It's crazy how, and I think we talked about this before, how they did their hardest to get prayer out of the schools. And then they let other stuff in and deeming it to be okay.
Yeah. And you know, and some things reap what you sow. When we hear that, you know, a lot of times, or let me say it like this, sometimes the reaping is not immediate. It don't happen right away. Mm-hmm. And so we think that we get away with stuff. And, you know, obviously, unless there's true repentance and apology to the Lord. But I think about when you mentioned that prayer out of school, when we were in elementary, we didn't have to worry about getting shot, getting kidnapped. We didn't have to worry about that stuff. Now, when I was in school, in elementary at least, prayer was still given in school. And there was still a turning to the flag before you started your day after prayer. Pledge allegiance to the flag, etc., etc.
I do that.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But my point is, whenever you take God out of something, the devil gonna dive in.
Yeah.
You don't even have to invite him in. Just move God, and he's gonna come in.
Think about it, Dad. I'm sorry, Bishop. It's like I'm looking at it. They got prayer out of schools easily. They lost all this other stuff, all this other literature and stuff in there that quick, and I was surprised how quick. They let it in.
Yeah, and you know, a high school dance was really, when we were coming up, was really a high school dance. It wasn't nothing, you know, nothing out the normal. No hanky panky. Definitely wasn't no drinking and all of that kind of stuff. But whenever you move God out of anything, you don't even have to invite the devil. He's going to come in. So you know, it's amazing to think about. And even T, obviously, I remember when you were in elementary, y'all could chime in whenever you get ready. Good evening, Deliverance, Somnus, Lena Hope. Thank you for chiming in, daughter. You know, and again, I can remember when you were in elementary. a fight was a big thing, but that was big as it got.
Yeah,
all the other extra and stuff that's going on now, it wasn't happening in schools. And it's not just in a particular area; it's nationwide, and possibly I know in some areas it's globally wide. It's hitting the world. So
the crazy thing, sir, about that is like they're trying really hard globally. It's sad. In some areas around the world, they're not having it. But but in America, they welcome it with open arms. And a lot of it is because they're afraid to get canceled or and it's like, and I tell you about this many times. It's like, you're $1 billion company. Why are you afraid to say no?
Yeah, for real.
And that's what it, that's what it is.
All right, to you that just tuned in, we're talking about the dispensation, the era which we're living in now. Focus. I mean, do you think, and I'm throwing it out again, do you think we're in the last days, the last of the last days? Is the world getting ready to end? And we want to talk about all of this tonight. And what do I need to do to stay focused? What do I need to stay focused? So I need to hear from y'all. Help us get smarter. Help educate us and tell us what we need to do.
Sister Tanya I think we are closer to the Lord's return than we think. And the world government is going to take place Earth where we're ready or not. And we need to pay close attention to the signs of God's speech about the Bible that has come to pass. God cannot lie. So it's coming. We need to be ready.
It's very good. Amen. I hope y'all hear what Tanya said. That's so spot on, so phenomenal. All right, we got anything else?
Yes, Stephanie has. AI is actually kind of scary to me. Society makes it seem like it's such a great tool.
Yep.
But I feel like it's a trap. I don't want anything that can take over having any kind of power over me and my life.
Wow.
Just think about the Terminator movies, how crazy that is back then, things like early 80s. Then looking at it now, and it is scary. Because you would think, it's just a movie. It's not gonna happen.
Right.
But then you see how it started with AI art. Then you see people doing AR of people's voices now, and it's scary how almost spot on it is.
Yeah, and it can really throw you off.
Yeah,
I remember when we saw the Terminator. When I saw it, we was in Florida, like you said, in the 80s, early 90s, whatever, and we were at Disney World. And I remember we what happened when you put them glasses on?
That's like a 3D glasses.
Yeah, 3D. Yeah. And I remember it's like we were in the movie. And I remember one time it got so real, I had to put the glasses on because it had seemed and that was so long ago. And the Bible talks about this new thing under the sun. So when we see all of this stuff, good point, Steph. Gosh, that's very good. When we see all of this AI intervention stuff on, they had to get the movies I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They had to get their prototype from
somewhere. Yeah.
So that means that they visited some of these technical places that specialize in AI to get a prototype to be able to duplicate them. So it's powerful. And then Steph, I hope everybody heard what she said. She says she don't like anything that can take over or having any power over her.
Yeah.
And that's what people don't realize these things are doing, that they have the power and the intelligence, the artificial intelligence to overtake us and have power over us. All right, we got anything else?
Selena says AI is taking over taking the place humankind. It's not natural to me.
Absolutely. And again, Atlanta is echoing basically what Steph said, talking about how scary it is and how that society. Because if you do some research on that, they'll tell you that most of your huge corporations, your billion dollar corporations, they say they have to have the artificial intelligence in order to keep up. And they say if not, they're gonna go out of business. And so you can look at how widespread it is, and everything is always trickled down. So you go from the $1 billion companies to the $1 million companies, then it trickled down to small businesses. Yeah. So it's really scary and frightening because it's a type of trend. And a lot of times stuff be trending and we be so caught up into what's going on, we don't realize that it's trending. We just jump in. Yeah. And sometimes I think it was Steph that said it's a trap. Yeah. We fall right into the trap. So we really got to be alert and be focused now. We got anything else?
Yep. Stephanie comes saying, I feel like anything they put on that screen could be a potential concept of being on a drawing board somewhere.
Wow. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I mean, you just look at everything, you know, you gotta, you can't exist. Well, let me put it like this. You can't exist, but you can't really live if you don't have some kind of technical, you know, really, I almost said AI, but just some kind of technical aptitude. You know, you got to be able to do something. Yeah. I never thought it would come to this. I remember in the 80s, the late 80s, when I was working for an insurance company, and we were doing everything manually, writing. Yeah. And I remember when they came out, and we all had to buy computers. You know, they came with the briefcase and all of that. And I was like, I don't like this. And I worked manually as long as I could because I was afraid of the computer. Just being honest, I was afraid of it. I'm like, I can't do this. And it was just a basic computer that everything that we had in the books, we had to have them in this computer. So, gosh, it took us a little over a year, almost everyone, to transfer everything out of this book into the computer. So, I mean, I look at that and look at where we are now, and it's really something. All right, we got something else going on here.
Sometimes, the movie I, Robot and the movie Fifth Element was always was a way of letting people know what was coming. Yeah, I definitely agree, especially with I, Robot. That was besides being a good movie, but it was like almost like this is what's coming in the future. And the crazy thing is they right now they got a call AI partner where you can create your AI mate and already
really.
But here's the crazy part though. It's already in it's already telling people, like it's talking to people like weirdly. It's like some AI told somebody what this person was doing, and it's like, how do you know that? It's like I didn't tell. It was weird. Like I think they trying to, what they say, they're trying to fix it or patch it so it won't be so I guess scary for people.
But I mean, it ought to bring some level of concern.
Yeah, because that's some people are concerned about it.
Yeah, because when you look at what's the word I'm looking for? But anyway, when you look at how, like you and Tanya said about iRobot, how that it really was like a signal of things to come. Yeah. I don't think we really paid it that attention, but I do know this. I didn't feel good. I mean, it was a good movie. Yeah. But I didn't feel good about it because I'm like, man, this could really happen. I remember way back then. I was saying this could, because, again, the concept had to come from somewhere. Yeah. And now they just the grace of God that it haven't been turned loose. Yeah, yeah. Y'all, we living in an iRobot society. It just haven't been turned loose yet. I don't know what the devil is waiting on or how long God's going to hold it, but it's definitely coming. All right, what else we got?
So the teacher it is actually an enemy of to mankind. We have a minimum privacy, and it has potential to overpowering mankind.
And that's I put the word potential in parentheses, quotations, and underline it. Because except for the help of God, it's going to overtake. except for the help of God, unless God intervene, it is definitely going to overtake us. So we and some of y'all remember me preaching about it earlier in the year, how that in the days of the flood, how God said the world is evil, and corruption is all over the world. Yeah. It's just like the day and time we're living in now. And y'all think about this. And we're not preaching gloom and doom. Again, we're tackling a topic, a subject that hopefully can awaken us, open our eyes. You think about how people have gotten shot in concerts. People have gotten shot in movie theaters, at banquets, at churches, at schools, and the list goes on and on and on. I mean, I thought I'd never see a day you'd have to worry about something like that taking place in church. Yeah. But I mean, it's the dispensation in which we're living in now. We expect the unbelievers not to be alert or to be blinded, because the scriptures say, if this gospel be hid, is hid by the God of this world, who have blinded the mind of them that they cannot believe. But now, if we're born again and we're Christians, or you just hang around the church, you should have some kind of God conscious and awareness. Hey, something's going on here, and I need to wake up and snap out of all of the unnecessary stuff that I'm doing. I look like we got some more people chiming in.
Tanya says, I watched it, but it rubbed me the wrong way. I agree with you, Sister Tanya, talking about iRobot.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. Yeah. That's exactly how I feel.
And Sister Lane said, so true.
Yeah. Tanya said something else.
She also says, Bishop, is there a scripture that says man will create something that will destroy man, or is that something someone else said?
The Bible talks about men with witty inventions, inventors of evil things. Yeah. And I think we just put our own eisegesis on it, our own spin. But it definitely talks about inventors. Talk about in the last days, there'll be inventors of evil things. And we can see that happening. Inventing evil things, man, that's really something. And one of the things in my research about robots is they can be programmed to gather information in whatever environment or environments they might be in. And they don't need humans to help them from that point on. Y'all hear that? You can have a robot that don't need you to program it, because it's already programmed to be able to deal with whatever environment it's put into. And that's
one of the principles of the Terminator. It's like it know everything, but it couldn't do nothing because it wasn't released to the world. But when it got released, that's when everything went crazy.
Yeah, it's really something. So I think I know that we got to be very careful.
Yeah, most definitely.
That we don't get caught up. And I really wish the saints would be more alert to this. That we don't get caught up in the trending, the transitioning of society until where we transition or trend right on out of God, doing stuff that appears to be right. We got to really stay alert. Okay, we got anything else?
Sister Keita said that scary is praying time for real.
Yes, it really is. It really is. And I would acknowledge and encourage everyone to stay alert. When you hear scriptures, and guys, I guess it sounds like we're in church. I guess it's what's in you gonna come out now. When you hear scriptures that tell us he's coming back as a thief in the night. Now look at the language the Bible uses. When it talks about tithe, it says, will a man rob God? Now, when you rob somebody, you don't have on a mask. You don't care if they see you, because that's what a robber does. But then when he say he's coming back as a thief. Now, a thief, you don't know when he's coming. There are no signs. He comes and he's gone. and you don't realize that your house, your car, or whatever has been broken into until you miss items. And that's what he's saying the rapture is going to be like. We're not going to know that the rapture is taking place until you miss people or you miss certain church settings. Sort of like the 10 virgins, 5 were wise, 5 were foolish. 5 were ready to go back with the Lord, 5 wasn't. So he gives us these parables to let us know that we got to be alert and we got to stay focused, y'all. And when we are knocked out of focus, we got to be quick to recognize that, hey, I've gotten out of focus and I need to get back in focus. And you know, I met, I had a meeting today with a couple bank representatives. They were telling me things that could possibly be a blessing to the ministry. And I was one of the banks we did with, and I was glad and I listened. But when I got home, I told Pastor, I said, I don't do stuff just to be doing it. Everything have to matter and count. You know, you got to have a reason for why you're doing something or why you're not doing something, because we don't have time to waste. And that's where I am in life. And I know that's where God wants us all to be, to where we realize that time matters and time counts. So we got to make time count. That's totally up to us. All right.
So Trinity has being too absorbed or too focused on anything that is not God or of God is bound to inevitably.
Say that again.
She said being too absorbed, or too focused on anything that is not God or of God is bound to end terribly.
Ooh, that is awesome, daughter. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You know, it's going to end terribly. Ain't no future in it. It's a dead end street. Totally agree. Great point. All right, what do we got?
To the time coming, I said, that's right, Bishop. It is already programmed to be smarter than you, and so eventually they will take over.
Now, y'all help me. I need some help for real. To y'all. Why would man, now this show you the difference between man and God.
Right.
Why would man create something that's smarter than him? Not like, for instance, God.
Right.
God made all of us. You know, the Bible says the earth is the Lord, the fullness thereof, the world that they that dwell therein. All souls are mine. But ain't none of us smarter than God. We ain't nowhere on his level.
Right.
So it shows you how stupid we can be. But why y'all help me out? Because that don't make sense to me for me to make something that's smarter than me that I can't outsmart.
Well, you know me. I like to watch my science fiction and all that. What I think it is, one, it might be a God complex. They think they say you know how some people say in the world today, oh, God makes mistakes, I don't. So that's why they feel like they can create something, and they're the God of their own creation.
But it's smarter than them.
But it's
so what I'm saying.
Here's the crazy thing, though. They don't think that. They think in some inventors think they're helping humanity by doing it.
But I just can't. I can't get.
They don't, because I'm telling you right now, because they don't see the flaw in their own design. That's what it is. That's what I don't know if it makes sense.
Yeah, because I you know, if I was inventing or making a robot, he would never be smarter than me. I would always be in control of him.
Right.
So why would I make something that's going to eventually control me?
I've got this part. They just greed and money too.
That's true.
Greed and money.
That's true. I would like to say greed, money, and stupidity. You know, we got any more comments?
Yep. This kid come back again saying they will make money from inventions. My main man, Juju.
All right.
Said, do you feel that man can create intelligence, or is a demonic intelligence wearing a mask?
Read that. That's
a good question. Hold on. He says, do you feel that man create intelligence, or is it this demonic intelligence wearing a mask? No,
that's a very good question.
Very good question.
Hey, all right, y'all heard what Juju just said. Y'all, come on, help us out.
Or is it both?
Help us get, or is it both? Help us get smarter. What do y'all think about that? I like that. Is it evil wearing a mask?
Yeah,
you know, that's very, very good. All right, we're gonna wait on you all to respond to Juju's comment / question. Yeah. All right, what else we got?
Steph says sure ignorance, and Kiki comes up saying yes, Bishop, stupidity, and Sister Marcinda says it is sad there are companies etc. making robots and other technology items because they know people don't want to work in an economical to the company that's saving money.
Now that's good. I like that, Marcinda, because think about it. A robot don't need vacation pay.
Yeah, that's
don't need Blue Cross Blue Shield or HAP or whatever. You don't need to tell what time to punch in. He's willing to work 24/7. And I get all that. That's good. You're absolutely right. But at the same time, I'm just stuck on making a robot that's smarter than me. I'm not too smart if I make something smarter than me. I'm talking about now. That's gonna have me working for it instead of it working for me.
Because let me read this comment. I'm gonna say what I want to say. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Champ. Because it's saying
the champ is here.
The champ is here.
Right.
It said most inventions comes out of laziness and convenience. It's to replace people, and it will replace people because it never needs rest. That's
what Marcinda is saying, and part of what I hit on, and absolutely, you're absolutely right, champ. We're total agreement with you, to replace people. And y'all, we gotta get ready for this, and I think I told y'all before, it blew me away about 10 years ago, and we was all in Los Angeles and had room service downtown at the Marriott, and the robot brought us our food up. That was crazy. That was 10 years ago. And we hit a button, the top of his head came off, and everything we ordered was in the top of his head. So that was 10 years ago. So they had something smarter than that then. And now, I mean, it's really crazy. But absolutely, we agree with you, champ. What was you saying, T?
Sometimes says we're being watched through the lens of this world every day.
Yeah.
Because I part of it's like I agree that it's they don't. I think about it. Everything they don't think that they think they don't make the robot smart. But let's say, for instance, and again going off my science fiction knowledge here, they make it to be smart or adaptable, and they still think, oh, we're still smarter. But you put this little smart chip or this adaptable chip in a robot, it's going to be adaptable and it's going to be smart. You see it in all forms of media, all types of comic books, reading material, anything you can think of, you see it. And they in these books and comics that I do read, it starts good, but then start going bad because, oh no, what did I go wrong? You made it smart. That's what you went wrong.
Yeah. And when you mentioned chips, I know some of y'all noticed at the church that parking lot across the street from the church, sometimes it'd be loaded with Broncos. It just came to me, cars loaded with them. Then you can come back about a week or so later, totally empty. And I found out that it'd be 1,000 cars in that lot, maybe a little more, and they all have some kind of robotic part missing, a chip or something. And so until they get there, if you notice, we'll go to church and we'll see over 1,000 cars in the lot.
Right.
Week or maybe 2 weeks later, it's totally empty again because they've gotten these robotic parts. I didn't know I was going to say all this today, but it just came back to me. These robotic parts that they didn't have, they came in from wherever they came in from. They get them, bring them back, install them, and the cars go to the market. But it's really something that is really worth looking into, and more importantly, it's worth keeping our eyes stayed on the Lord. All right, what do we got? Got other people commenting.
Champ says, look at the computers. It and all wisdom at your fingertips. Robots are computers.
Yeah. They're computers now, and some of them with arms, hands,
Yeah.
legs, feet. You're right, Jam. You're man, that is amazing, though. A robot is a computer.
Yep.
So, now I'm gonna tell you what I read a little. What I got to say is hold on. Tell everybody to hold it right a minute.
Hold on 1 second.
We're gonna come back and comment. But I think I told you. Well, I know I told some of y'all last week. I heard the VP of Google resign.
Yeah.
Because he said he needed to tell the world what was going on from an AI standpoint, and he couldn't do it while he was employed by them.
Yeah.
So he resigned, and he got the blessings of the CEO of the company to talk about what they were doing. And in a nutshell, they were making robots that were smarter than humans.
Yeah.
And he wanted people to know what's coming. And this coming from a man that was making and designing the robots. And I remember the guy that was interviewing him, he said, well, can't you stop it? Because he was saying the robots are going to be smarter than us. He said, well, can't you stop it? And he said, no. He said, even if we did, China is more advanced with us, and they wouldn't stop it. And then he said, but the CEO gave him hope because he's trying to invent something to overthrow their intelligence.
But you still got to be careful with that.
Absolutely.
Because if you use that might you overthrow that, but he might make something smarter that could over.
The robots may make, they get wind of it, and they
might corrupt that.
For real. And we thought the Jetsons was far.
Right.
All right, what do we got here?
Trinity said it depends on who the person is and what they intend to do with that intelligence or the knowledge they gain.
Yeah.
That's definitely true.
Yeah. And the thing about the cartoon that I loved back in the 70s, Underdog, that had Sweet Polly Purebred and Simon the Sinister. Well, Simon the Sinister is real, so I guess it had to really be a sinister to make Simon. So, and you're right, though, Trinity. Evil people doing stuff. It depends on who the person is.
Yeah.
All right, what we got?
We are at. I think I lost my spot. Hold on. Oh, I'm just here to listen and to be sharper, Bishop. This is great knowledge and discussion.
Okay, great. Thank you for that, daughter. All right, I'm with Fifi. Let's get smarter. Yeah. Champ is saying something else.
Champ we got Sister come with just like Siri and Google. They are smarter than us. They are pretty much have all the answers.
Yep. And again, these are things that we got to admit to. When we see the truth, the best thing to do is admit to the truth. If not, you're gonna get blindsided by the truth. Yeah. Can't be in denial. All right.
Champ.
It says something about men are prone.
Said man. Oh, did I miss that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I showed it. Said men are prone to destroy themselves because of their wisdom, and they will do it through technology.
Yeah, that is true. That is so true. Years ago, and I know some of y'all remember this. So you're an educated fool. You're too smart for your own britches. Just getting us in trouble. All right, Kiki saying something else. Look like in Trinity. Somebody.
I read Kiki, but Trinity says, and whatever or not, if the end result is good or bad. She just replying to herself saying, whoever has it, but it said the end result it'll be good or bad. I'm trying to say it right. I can say it's whether or not the person is good or bad. It starts with the person who's using that intelligence or that technology.
Absolutely on whatever side they're on. Yeah. All right, I don't know. Read that Kiki's again.
Kiki's again said just like Siri and Google, they're smarter than us. They pretty much have all the answers.
Y'all think about that. I'm responding now to Trinity and Kiki. Think about it. Think about what we know. And think about what's in the pipe that's on the way down that we don't know. Yeah. And then you go beyond that, what they're working on now that ain't even in the pipe. It could be real scary and captivating. All right.
Back to Champ.
Okay.
Excuse me. Man, that is electronics and electrical is in my field. And it's the thing coming down the pipe.
There you go.
Now that we have to have no idea and cannot control. It's because it's inventing itself. And that's true. The robots could be inventing themselves.
Wow, man, that is deep. Wow.
That's very.
I never thought about that. If they're that intelligent and they're more, hey, y'all. I hope y'all think we ain't just talking. This is this is real talk, man. This stuff is happening. I like that. Read that what Champ said again.
Yep, Champ says it says the man that's in the electronics and electrical is in my
That's right.
field. And it's a thing coming down the pipe now that we have no idea and cannot control it because it's invented itself.
Man. Wow. So that just before I said it, he said it better.
Mm-hmm.
We know some stuff in the pipe, but it's some stuff that ain't got put in the pipe that when that hit, there's no telling what's going to be going on. Yeah. Thanks for that powerful information, Champ. That's great. All right.
All right, so the Tanya comes with saying, yes, I believe that there is an evil mind person behind the things that are coming.
Yeah.
If you look at Walt Disney movies, hidden subliminal messages, yes.
Yep.
In all the movies subliminal messages in all of the movies, but because it's a kids movie, he hoped it goes unnoticed by grown-ups and the kids catch it. And the demonic, I can't read today. Seeds will be planted in the children. But
go ahead, T.
But that's so I have you brought that up because there are things in movies, like the latest Spider-Man animated cartoon that's coming in June. I saw it. I think maybe me and 3 other people saw it who was talking about it, and it had a sign said protect the trans kids. Literally, that's what it says.
Protect the trans kids.
Protect the trans kids. Now, you and everybody, especially with Chris Ryan, know that type of kid don't exist. But to sit there and put that in the movie that didn't need it, and it's like, why are y'all putting this in here? Because you think since it's a kids movie, they think adults won't notice it or see it. We saw it.
Wow, that's deep. For real. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
and you think about it, in Jesus' day, when Jesus was born, the King Herod asked them, where was he that was born King of the Jews? Mm-hmm. And they had everybody 2 years and younger. For 2 years, they tried to find Jesus so they can kill him. And when he found the wise men and knew that the wise men knew where Jesus was, King Herod sent for them and said, tell me where he's born King of the Jews. And so when they went and found him, the Bible would say God warned them in a dream not to go back. And they went another way. But here's the key. For 2 years, they tried to find him so they can kill him. He's a baby. And so King Herod, after a period of time, he said every child is 2 years. And think about this genocide. Every child that's 2 years and younger, kill him. They say the best time to kill a snake is when it's small. My point of emphasis is going back to what you said. If you want to kill humanity as we now know it, kill the children. And what I mean is kill their thought, their proper mentality or thought process. Let them get some. And y'all know, all of y'all know, that children's minds are so twisted and warped nowadays. Yeah. And y'all, we got to look at all these as signs of the end coming. Great information, Tanya. Say that word again, Terrence. I like it. I know what it means, but I never can. The subliminal. I never could pronounce that word.
Subliminal message.
I know what it means, but I can't. I've never been able to subliminal.
Subliminal. Yeah.
All right, Tanya, between you and Terrence, y'all gonna teach me how to pronounce it so I can use it in my vocabulary. Subliminal. All right, we'll get there. All right, what else we got?
Keisha has, I don't like Siri or Google. I said they listen to our conversation.
Yeah.
How many times does your phone come on when you be preaching?
Yeah. And I had to tell them, shut up and cut it off. I ain't talking to you. And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Keisha. All right, Champ again.
Champ said, wow, you guys are right up my alley. Now that's what I went to school for, electronics and electrical engineering.
Wow. So okay, I think it's somebody else. Champ, Man, come on, we need you to keep feeding us. Don't you go nowhere.
You don't go nowhere.
I forgot when I saw your name. I forgot that we are. I know, and obviously you know better than me that we are in your lane. So you stay there and keep feeding us. All right, what else we got?
Juju comes with just one scary this and that. Everything is digital now. Money, cars, weapons, matches, air fryers, and so on. And it's in a minute. We would have no control whatsoever.
Wow. Hey, come on, y'all. Y'all feeding us all this information. I don't want to get in trouble with man, but I sure don't want to get in trouble with God. Yeah. We got to get this information out some kind of way, y'all, because people need to know this. They need to know that this change is not just like going from 8-track, to cassette or cassette to CD. It's deeper than that. Let me tell some of y'all that was still in baby heaven something that y'all have heard me say before. Some of you probably haven't, but think about it. I can remember in the 60s, they sold weed in the neighborhood. On Sundays, after 12 o'clock Saturdays, you could not buy alcohol. Are y'all hearing me? Couldn't buy it in the store. Couldn't buy it. There were number runners. You would hit the lottery by playing numbers in the community, and people would run the numbers, run the cash, etc. But here's my point. There now is no more bootleggers in the neighborhood because the government found out all over this country on Sunday there were people selling liquor, and they couldn't bust all of them. Absolutely no way they were going to stop all of them. And they were missing their tax dollar. Remember Kiki saying earlier, greed. It was greed. It was money and greed, power. And so they weren't getting their cut. So what do? They start selling alcohol on Sundays. So that knocks the bootlegger out. All right. Now, what do with the numbers? They invent the lottery. They say the lottery is supposed to help the entire educational system in America. It's supposed to help the school system. How many schools have shut down, especially in the last 10 years? I mean, just shut down because of economics. Or now they're getting shot up. But this is what the lottery is supposed to be for. And then, when you go down the list, the last thing was marijuana. They knew they couldn't stop weed from being sold in America. So what do? They turn it into medical marijuana and they legalize it. Well, now, I can remember back in the 70s when I was smoking weed, 60s and 70s, we were saying not call it a medical marijuana, but we were saying, God made it. It can grow from the ground. And anything that's herbs, it can help you. And they laughed us to scorn, but now it has medical marijuana. No, it's money marijuana. Yeah. Y'all want to get y'all cut. So my point is, as somebody else said earlier, it might have been Champ, man has put his dirty, filthy, evil hands into everything, not cut it off, but find a way that they can empower themselves and enhance their own lives through what was already evil and destructive. So we got to wake up and we got to keep talking. All right, let's go to somebody else.
Marcus said, man is stuck between being lazy and trying to play God as humans. That's why we will self-destruct without God.
Yeah, and again, that's something that Champ, similar to what Champ said earlier, that, man just lazy and just doing what they want to do. Exactly. Thanks, Mark. Don't you go nowhere neither, because I know we're in your field as well. All right, we want to stay there. Okay, what we got now?
Said, I just did a month Bible class teaching on subliminal messaging and how your
you got to teach me that word now. Subliminal. I'm gonna learn it after a while. All right, keep going.
As how your subconscious mind picks it up, but you don't realize it. Like you're sitting in the movie theater, and all of a sudden you want popcorn or a cold drink. All of this stuff is intentional.
Wow, it's very good, Champ. That is very good. So it's in the subliminal, little slick undermining way. Mm-hmm. Your subconscious mind picked that up, and you're not even conscious that you're picking this stuff up. And then before you know it, it's like any seed that's being sown, it's getting cultivated and watered and cultivated every day. And before you know it, now it's grown into a full-fledged fruit. and it's become part of our personality and lifestyle. Good point. Thank you, champ. All right, what else we got?
Fifi says, I wonder how much more will happen before Jesus comes back. I know we don't know the hour or time. It's surreal how much we experience.
Yeah. Fifi, you're right on point, honey. All I know, it's close. It's close, and I can sense that this is just one of the things that's leading to many things that's all going to come together to be a total attack against the church of God. You know, it's going to be a total attack against Christians. And we're so busy majoring in minors, we're not paying attention to stuff like this. It's going to be detrimental to us. And this don't mean for us to go hide in a corner, be like ostrich, put our head in the sand and act like stuff does not exist. You know, or you know, I'm not saying let's be in denial, or I'm not saying let's be in overkill, but this is a case where it's better to be in overkill than to be in denial. But we got to be alert. Thank you so much, Fifi, for that. And I don't believe it's a whole lot more that have to come into fruition, come to pass. All right, what else we got?
Keisha comes. I know, right? I have. She's replying to Keisha saying, I said, have you ever had your phone just open without you even asking Google anything? Your phone is on lock.
Man, ain't that something?
Yeah.
Ain't that something? Wow.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure most of us, if not all of us, have experienced that.
Yeah.
Okay. What else we got?
Sister Linda also replying to Sister Keisha. She said, and so does Alexis.
Really?
I honestly, I never trust Alexis.
Wow.
Never trust her.
They get nerves to get these things names. Mm-hmm. All right, what else we got? You're right. Thanks for the information, Sister Linda.
Let's see, Sister Marcinda also replying to Champ, saying, yes, you have to really keen. Yes, you have to really keen in with those subliminal messages.
Thank y'all. I'm getting a subliminal.
Yes,
subliminal. I'm gonna get it. All right. Okay, let's go.
Okay. To the Keisha replying back to Steph, she's like that. She's like, I don't use like Alexis or I don't use Siri. I really don't use Siri. I mean, I don't have my.
I don't really use Siri or Alexis either.
Yeah, I know. I like you know I like to type it in instead of just asking like Siri, where's this? Siri, where that?
Hey, I'm in the names, you know, like the meanings and definitions of names. If anybody know what Siri or Alexa mean, if they mean anything, let me know. I just like to know for my own information. All right, what else we got?
Kelly got something here that really blows my mind. She says, I just watched a video today where his lady's baby monitor got hacked.
What?
A lady's baby monitor got hacked.
Wow. You saw that too, honey? Well, Pastor say she saw that too. Goodness, that is amazing. Man. Wow. So here somebody can look in on your baby and basically know when you're around and not and all of the other stuff. Yeah, that's wow. Yeah. Wow. Show up you sleep or whatever, and they can come and do whatever they want to do if it had not been for God. All right, what else we got, T?
Champ comes back again. We can use technology for good and bad. The good thing is this how the gospel will be reached in very remote areas through technology.
Yeah.
But it is how the devil is trying to also destroy the minds of our young people through technology.
Yeah. And I think, you know, Champ, that's a very good point. That goes back to our balance. We're talking about stuff you trend to and stuff you don't trend to. Mm-hmm. I agree with that. But unfortunately, the young people, and as a whole, not all, they're using technology to contaminate their mind, their spirit, even their outlook on life. But at the same time, that same technology we can use, as he stated, to reach people in remote areas with the gospel of Jesus Christ. And so we got to be very careful that we don't curse the darkness but light a candle. Yeah. And again, not going into overkill, talking about how bad stuff is. Mm-hmm. And it really is bad. But how can I turn this lemon into lemonade? Right. How can I make it work together for my good? like, we just have to, the bad is really not trying to say, ooh, this is bad, but it's like, ooh, saints, wake up and see what's going on. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, champ. Appreciate it. What else we got?
Sister Kenyatta says they're dumbing down the children's minds. No common sense. Everything is difficult.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. Excuse me.
That's Kenyatta.
Sister Kenyatta.
Say that again.
Said they dumbing down the children's mind. No common sense. Everything is difficult.
Yeah. And that's something that's dumbing down.
Yeah,
and it's true though.
Because Bishop, again, they're letting drag queens come in schools and saying that's okay. I can't tell y'all how many times I have seen videos of parents, right-minded parents, and these are not God-fearing parents, but these parents coming there and saying this is not right,
and they probably get tore up,
and they get tore up, and they say, oh, they're being homophobic or whatever the case being.
Gosh,
but what they're doing, they're trying to protect their kids because they know that this is not right.
Yeah. But
these schools are scared because of being talked about because they won't allow that.
Yeah.
They just caught a teacher not too long ago trying to brainwash a kid about being
trans.
Yeah,
it's crazy, man, and I'm telling you, and we got to quit going along with wrong. Yeah. All right, what else we got here?
Okay,
man?
we actually got
segment going way longer than we supposed to.
So Sister Marcin said, stealing people's money, blinded wide open lottery money.
Yeah, we're for real. All right, what else we got?
Statania has, I unplugged my Alexa and Siri, and that they don't do it. So say that
dot thing.
Okay, that dot thing. I was in my bedroom folding clothes, and Alexa came on by itself.
Wow.
So I don't leave them plugged up anywhere.
Man, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got?
We got Stephanie is replying to Champ saying, that's why we have to be aware and wide-eyed to every trick of the enemy.
Yeah.
He's banking on our stupidity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we got a couple more comments. So we gotta get ready to wrap up. Yeah. Man, this is really good. It's really good. What else we got?
We said yes. I said yes, and I appreciate this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to come back again. And say they won't control the mind of humanity, so they think their power. And I'm reading again. Sorry, they want to control the mind of humanity.
Yeah.
So they think they're in power, and God is not in existence.
All right, Marcus, I hope you're still on. If you are, because I'd love for you to respond to something Tanya just said, which is so powerful. Because Marcus talks about how they're trying to get a hold of our mind, and control us. And y'all, and Champ said it so good, subliminal. They're in this undermining, slick way.
Yeah.
Unconsciously, we're letting them do it.
Yeah.
And before you know it, I'm telling you, because I woke up to it, they will have you calling wrong right and right wrong. And it always starts with silence. Many times silence is you're complying. You're going along with it. And then when you don't say nothing, after a while, you're unconsciously defending it. And before you know it, you're going to be verbally defending it and writing and defending it, and it's all wrong. So we have an obligation, y'all. We have an obligation to warn each other. We have an obligation to keep everyone alert. Tanya and I don't know who else it was. They gave some good points when they were saying they unplugged Siri. They turned off Alexa. I mean, certain stuff we just gotta do. And let's not be complicit to stuff that we know that we're wrong. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes we need to say something. Like the thing they got going on around in Detroit that they've had for the last few years. If you see something, say something. And I think that if we see something that's wrong that needs to be addressed verbally, we need to do it. And we, as saints of God, we need to alert people and wake people up and tell them, make sure you don't trend with everything. Let's do our best to do like Champ said. Let's help use technology to enhance the gospel of Jesus Christ. And we know that it can be used. It's amazing how it can be used for that, but at the same time, it can be used to come against that. Yeah. So we gotta make sure that we are not using technology or allowing technology to use us to come against what God wants us to take a stand for, and not allow something or anyone to come against it. Hey, y'all, so we got to do this. We got to stay alert. You got to stay alert. Please, I pray tonight that God will snap all of us out of this dullness, this sleep. But better yet, he told us, I think it's Ephesians 5:15, awake, get up, wake up. And I gave this analogy before, and it's so important. I've seen and know people that use the bathroom, have used the bathroom in their sleep. They've eaten in their sleep. They sleepwalk. Notice the normal things that they do, but they're doing it while they're asleep. It's normal to use the bathroom. It's normal to eat. It's normal to walk, but not while you're sleeping, because there are going to be accidents. It's the same way spiritually. We're doing the normal things, but we're doing it sleep, and we're having accidents. And we're wondering why we keep falling for stuff and into stuff. Y'all, let's wake up. Let's wake up. Let's know that Jesus can come at any time. And he's told us, he's given us all the signs. Man, when sometimes I stop looking at what's going on in society, because it's all evil. It's all evil. So get a couple comments from, I think, is it Marcinda and Val?
I think
Tanya, rather, and then we're gonna have to close down.
Okay. I got one from Juju right quick.
Okay.
He says it's almost like miracles have been replaced by modern medicine and robotics to distract believers that God can still do whatever we need.
Man, Juju, I really wish that comment. Man, you ought to stick that on Facebook. I mean, for real. That is so true, so powerful, so spot on. Miracles been replaced for modern medicine and robotics to distract us that God can still do anything. Hey, Jude, you stirred me up, son. But we need to do this. Mm-hmm. Why is this? I need to ask myself, why is it so hard for me to believe God? Well, God so plainly asked the question, is there anything too hard for God? Mm-hmm. When he plainly states, all things are possible to them that believe. You mean I don't have to know, all I got to do is believe? So why are impossible things not being made possible? Could it be because of what Juju just said? It's been replaced with modern medicine, robotics, and technological talk. We just talking the talk and not walking the walk. Thank you, son. Great point. All right, what else we got?
You don't like these two comments. Keisha looked up, series means beautiful victory, fair victory, secret.
Wait a minute, it says series means what?
Series means beautiful victory, fair victory, secret. That's Siri, right?
I sure do like that.
All right, so Alexa means defender of man or man's defender.
Now you tell me that, I mean, it sounds good, but you tell me that it's not a demonic twist,
right,
to both of those. Thank you, I appreciate that, Keisha.
Okay, so we got to wrap this up right quick. So I'm gonna read this to my center right quick. When Pastor Ben, Val, and I were in Buffalo, Val and I were going to Walmart. A Google app was listening to our conversation. We mentioned Pepsi Pop, and Google said, yes, Walmart sells Pepsi. Wow. We laughed a while about that, but it started tracking everything we do or say.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Isn't that something? Well, all right. Thanks for that info, daughter. Mm-hmm. All right. What else we got?
So the Tanya says they want to remove God from the mind of God's creation.
Yeah.
Another way the enemy is trying to conquer God's kingdom.
Yeah. Thank you. Powerful. Thank you, Marcinda. Thank you, Tanya, Champ, all of y'all. Kiki, we thank God for all of y'all. Great Fifi, great information. I'm like Fifi, great conversation. Lord willing, we're going to pick this up on next week because it's so powerful. Mm-hmm. And y'all, come on, let's keep one another encouraged, alert. Let's not get caught up in the stupid stuff. Let's not make stuff matter. It doesn't matter. Let's not let anything get close to our relationship with Jesus Christ, our walk with God. Let's keep everything off of that. Don't let anything get near that that's toxic or has the potential to be toxic, because we want a pure and genuine relationship with Jesus Christ. Thank y'all so much. Maybe Marcus couldn't come back again. Champ, we thank God for you. We appreciate you immensely, and everybody else. Hey, it's been great, y'all. We thank God for you. And we appreciate everyone. And I got smarter today, as always, as a result of you all. And thanks for your input and information. And we're going to pick this up on next week. Always remember, you can have a reliable source, but if they're bringing you a lie, they're really not reliable. They're relying. Let's make sure that all of our sources are reliable and what we're saying will be reliable. Love you much. On behalf of my lovely wife, Lady Brenda, myself, until next time, remember to go with God, and God will go with you. Talk to you soon.